All right, guys, welcome to another episode here of Five for Talking. It is episode 3. I'm with my boy Caps and Gordon Bombay, and it's your host, Bargo.
Hey, it's me, Mario.
All right, so.
All right, let's go.
All right, I got a question
go.
for you guys. This Mitch Marner talk. We listened to the radio the last couple days. These guys are talking about trading and all this garb.
I think what you do right now, if you're the Leafs, is you take Mitch Marner, you trade him, you get back Plekanec and like a 30th round draft pick. April Fools.
I was so close to be like, what the hell are you talking about?
It's Halloween Fools, like April Fools.
Go to the Halloweens.
Go to the Halloweens. You got a Halloween hat on, so we're good to go.
I like this hat.
I know. It's perfect colors. So what do you think about Mitch Marner?
I don't know. I heard talks about a lot of people mentioning Justin Falk.
They are not going to trade Mitch Marner.
I know they won't. But like everyone's like, oh, he's playing bad. Put him on the fourth line. Like, who cares?
They are stacked with defensemen in Carolina. I will say that. But there's other teams you could probably make a deal with where you wouldn't have to give up as much. Because Carolina needs in like a heavy offensive like guy. You know what I mean?
To the people that are saying that Mitch Marner sucks, are they even watching the games?
Who said Mitch Marner sucks?
Like,
bro,
he's actually playing pretty
Questioning
damn
him being
good.
dropped to the fourth line.
well,
Questioning Babcock's decision.
he played pretty well in that move up to the third line and second line when Martin went down in the last game. And apparently on Saturday he's going to be on the second line. It's him, Kadri, and Marlowe.
And they called up Kapanen today.
Yeah, to take in that fill in the spot there because Comrod's out.
Captain's play.
JVR's out.
JVR's out. And
JVR's
JVR's out and one other guy's out. Oh, no, yeah, you're right. He's taking
Just
JVR's
JVR.
spot. And that line's going to be...
Why is JVR out?
he got injured. They're going to go Bozak, Kapanen, and Brown, I think, is that line.
I don't mean to correct you, but Kapanen is just a healthy scratch. I don't think he's playing.
Bozak, Kapanen,
Komarov,
and Brown.
It's Komarov, Kadri, and Brown.
Agree to disagree. One in Rome. So,
That's the lineup for tonight.
Okay.
But they're not touching the first line because it's first line. You don't need to. It's intact. But how about Roman Polak coming back? Huh?
I'm happy with that. They also picked
Romano.
up... didn't they pick up Garrison? Someone put him on waivers and the Leafs grabbed him, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
The Leafs are like desperate for defensemen. Like, this is a talk we've been having. And they do need defense.
Yeah, but they got some good guys down in the Marlies. I'd take
They
them.
have a team that has potential to be good.
Yeah.
Right now, on the defensive end, like you saw it in the last game, there was absolutely zero defense played by the Leafs. So Frederick Anderson stood on his head and still let in, like, what, 5 goals?
Yeah. His goals against average is not that great, but I mean, you can't really blame him. Defense, bless you. Defense is gonna have to pick it up. But
Yeah.
signing Roman Polak was pretty smart for
I like that move.
1.1
I
mil. He adds depth.
He can hit people.
And he's paired up with Borgman, so they're doing a pretty good job. You got two big bodies that like to throw their weight around, so they're doing pretty well.
His giveaways are pretty bad with Borgman. He gave the puck away like blatantly, like right into the guy right in front of him like 4 times.
I know, but at the end of it, they are a third pair. It's
Okay.
your bottom pair.
But
So the guys that need to step up, and because the only reason why they're playing more is because the top 2 pairs are just.
But you didn't need to go
They're not
defensive
playing well.
defenseman and defensive defenseman. Like, if I'm the Leafs right now,
You split those guys up and
I'm
you spread them
splitting
between.
Riley, Gardner, and Zaitsev are all getting up to different lines. I'm not having any of them playing together.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, their best defenseman is Hainsey.
Yeah, so then you go Hainsey, Pollock, and Borgman as the other opposite end. So that way you have a hitting like defensive player and a fast like.
You run them
so-
through the lines.
so-
3 offensive, 3 defensive.
Yeah, so what would the pairs be?
Riley, Hainsey,
Okay.
Gardner, and Pollock.
No, I'd go
And
Zaitsev.
Zaitsev, Borgman.
Riley's already playing with Hainsey, by the way.
Okay, so then Riley Haynes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's a proper pairing.
And then I'd go Zaitsev.
But then you have Zaitsev and Gardner playing together, and they're both just fast puck-moving defensemen who don't play defense at all.
So spread it out.
Yeah, that way you have it, right? Then
Yeah.
there's coverage for that guy. That's why you see Carlson always playing with like a hitting defenseman, because then that guy hangs back. So when Carlson pinches, that guy's gonna kill someone.
To their defense, they're still developing. So
No, I agree. I'm not against it. I'm just that's life in the fast lane.
But the juggling of the lines for the awesome offensive guys, might as well. I mean, that's a pretty good line. Marleau, Bozak, and Marner. See what happens.
Yeah, that is actually a pretty good line. Sounds good.
So would you trade JVR?
Yeah, for a good defenseman. You would?
I would just give him away and bring up Kapanen.
That's like some nonsense.
What about Bozak?
No.
No,
Okay,
you need
so
the
yeah,
center.
that's what I was gonna say.
You need a center.
Bozak aside, I say the three options for trades is JVR, Soshnikov, and Kapanen. So out of those three, which one do you guys think? Pick two of those guys that are going to be gone by the end of the year.
The way the NHL is going, I would trade JVR.
And would you keep both Soshnikov and Kapanen? 'Cause
Yeah.
I would totally ditch Soshnikov.
Shoshnikov, yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't be like desperate to get rid of him.
But like, if you could find a package deal, right, where you gave JVR and Soshnikov on top of the salary dump and pick up a good, solid, like stay-at-home defenseman like Seabrook or something. Like I know that won't happen, but like, who else is a good one
Well,
like
then
that?
yeah, I would.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I
that's
know
what I'm
what you mean.
saying. That I think that's way more worth it, because just trading JVR, you're gonna get yourself like a young guy like Pesci or something from Carolina, which is still good, but it's like you want someone that you know is gonna be ready to.
You
go
need someone
in the
ready
playoffs.
now to.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
gotta
know
be
what you mean.
careful, because like in the next few years, they're gonna have to sign 3 other stars.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what
you
I mean.
have
He's
to-
saying is
If
you
you
dump the
find a
salary,
team with
right?
a lot of salary cap like Carolina or something, or Arizona, who's stacked with defense right now, but they're just not clicking, you trade 2 good offensive weapons to them to get a defenseman that they're probably not even gonna hurt them to get rid of.
I go for it.
And then you-
Absolutely,
you-
because they have enough depth up front. They have top prospects up in
Yeah.
the Marlies. They can afford.
Yeah, they can afford
to do
it.
something
I
like
agree.
that.
100%.
I don't know if I would be like trying to get rid of a centerman. Like right now, I feel like we need the guys that we have playing center.
Yes, but they have a lot of wingers, man.
That's what I mean. They're deep with wingers.
lot
So
of
like to give
wingers.
up a winger,
I'd love to
Think
see
it'll be
Captain
okay.
play.
Yeah, me too.
And
And I'm glad that he came up, because I was worried that somehow Soshnikov was going to get that. Okay, so as far as next year goes, Tyler Bozak, like I know they're not trading him. This is my hot take. He's not going anywhere. He's going to stay with the Leafs. They need a good, solid third line center. He's going to stay there because Marner and Nylander are never going to get a shot at center. So, do you think Bozak takes a hometown discount?
You think what? You think he's gonna stay if he plays
I
play this year?
think he's getting like 4.5 mil right now. If
That's what I'm saying.
If he resign, if you could get him, because he's older, right? He's getting older. But
Sure.
if you can give the guy a guarantee, like I'll give you $3 million, which saves us $1 million, and you get 7 years or something like that.
that's
I
a
think
long-
he'll take
that's
it,
a
but that's good for
long
him because he
contract.
knows he has
But it's
safety
security.
for his future, security. But we're saving money.
But then again, he can get traded. I wouldn't do it that long, but I know what you're saying.
Van Riemsdyk is gonna go because the reason. I'm not saying he will get traded, but the reason it's him is because he's a winger, and Nylander and Marner are gonna stay on the wing forever because Kadri's gonna have that second line spot, and you need a good third line center, and Bozak is a good third line center.
Yeah, he is.
And they don't have none of their prospects are really centers that are coming up. They're all wingers.
There's a couple of them, but I don't think they're sized to be centers in
Like
the NHL.
Bracco's gonna
that's
end
what
up
they're
being a
looking at.
winger.
Yeah,
He's not gonna end up being a center.
yeah. Yeah, I would keep Bozak.
I think he's good, man.
This is the thing, though. When it comes to signing, it all depends on what he wants and what they can get him for, because they got to be able to fit everybody in.
But if knowing you would save 1.5 mil, but you have to give up the term, do you think it's worth it? Like,
Yeah.
what if, because he's not performing like 4.5 mil.
No.
So if you could get him for 3 mil, then he knows he's safe for the rest of his career. He's going to be cashing in that $3 million check a season. Or you give him 2.5 and offer him bonuses.
Like the players that they want to keep, I think they should meet with them and have a discussion about contract and signing
Yeah.
and putting this franchise together
you
and keeping
bridged
it together
Connor.
for a long time.
You bridge Connor Brown now, so you're safe with that for 3 years.
So if a team comes along that says we'll give you a top defenseman, and part of the package that they want in return is Bozak, you're gonna give him up.
Yeah,
It
you're gonna give
depends.
him up.
It depends.
But I'm saying your shopping list of players you're willing, your trading block is going to be, for me, JVR and Soshnikov are 1 and 2. Because Kapanen might have a spot in there or Bozak, but those two guys are gone. I guarantee you. Soshnikov is going to get traded by the end of the year.
The only reason why JVR is at the top of this is because of the money that he's getting paid. That's why. If he was getting paid lower or not as much money,
But he is not going to take a
stay on the
discount.
team because he's still 25 years old.
That's what I mean. No, he's not 25.
He's
but
25. Look it up.
If I look this up and he's not 25, I'm going to be very upset.
Call me out.
Okay,
This
guys.
guy's testing
Do it
you.
live. Do it
All right,
live.
I'm doing it live. I don't know how to do this, so I'm just going to do it.
I'm already doing it.
I'm doing it right now.
28.
He's 28. All right, so you lose. I was about to say he was
Cut that
28.
out, man. Yo, cut that out.
No.
So, but
No.
at 28 years old and he's still in the prime
Damn
and
it.
he's actually performing, you're not getting him for cheaper than what he's getting right
What was
now.
I thinking of? Man?
There is no way he's taking a discount. And you throw JVR on a second or first line in Chicago or some team like that, like that's
Yeah, but then again, he'd still have to look at the pay cut. Like, there's certain teams that'll have the cap to give him that money that he wants.
But you take back a 1-year deal from them worth the same amount that's going to end at the end of the year and just trash the guy after.
Like, I would sign him for the next year for cheap. Because then at the end of that year, you have that money to throw at Matthews. Like, you know what I mean?
You have Matthews' money. Matthews is not the problem. It's the rest of them after Matthews gets signed is the problem. Right? Because Nylander's contract's coming first. And then
Yeah.
Matthews, Marner.
Yeah.
So it's like, actually, Nylander is probably the most important right now. What are you going to pay Nylander? Because then you need some money for Matthews. So you're kind of right.
If you look at the other players in Nylander's caliber, that what they got signed for, it's expensive.
All right, so you ready to explore some outside stuff here?
Let's explore.
Okay, well, I got 3 disgusting facts about the NHL right now.
Go for
about
it.
teams. The
Tell
New
me
York,
Vegas,
The New
7
York
and-
Islanders, with a 6% power play, they have 2 goals on like 37 attempts, which is
Wow.
like one of the worst of all time at this point in a season. You have Buffalo, however many games it is in the season now, 11 or 12, with not 1 goal from any of their defensemen. And
They're still doing
Arizona,
crap.
Arizona's entire goalie save percentage average is .880.
Okay, but in their defense,
That is
the
brutal.
whole team sucks.
Their defense core is one of the best in the NHL on
Okay.
paper. If you look at a piece of paper,
Sure.
Yeah.
show them the paper.
Show them the paper.
Show them the paper. Oh, he's got the paper.
He's got the paper.
So yeah, I don't know. You want to know some more time? Arizona, top 5 worst starts of all time. I have no idea. This is my question to you guys. Okay, so they're in the top 5 worst starts of all time position. Their next 3 games are New Jersey, Philadelphia, and Detroit. Which one of those games did they get the win?
None.
Detroit, if anything.
None.
I say if they do get it, it's
Philly.
going to be New Jersey.
I say Philly. New Jersey's too strong.
I think but New Jersey's young. I feel like they could have a hiccup and accidentally lose to Arizona.
I'd say either Philly or Detroit.
Philly is too strong. Philly is better than New Jersey.
Not on standings right
Yeah,
now.
but that's
In
right
the
now.
standings right
is
now.
Vegas better than the Leafs? But their record's better than the Leafs.
Right now.
Well, if
They're
you're talking
not.
about who's in the standings, who's top in the standings, Jersey's in front of Philly.
Okay, so
Well in front of Philly. Well,
Vegas.
they have 4 more points, so 2 wins.
Vegas won 7-0 yesterday
That's nuts.
against Colorado. That's supposed to be getting better.
That's nuts.
7-0 with not.
Oh, we
their
just said that
starting
Colorado had a
goalie.
strong start. That's it.
Yeah, I know.
Who said that Colorado's going to get better?
Supposedly getting better. See how I did that with my fingers? That means someone said it.
Yeah, but that Western Central's pretty
said that?
tight.
I don't know. Ask him.
That Western Central's
said
pretty
it?
tight. The only team that's running away really is St. Louis. Like they're
Yeah.
all 2 to 4 points in distance,
To be honest with you,
so they're not that far out. Colorado is 7 points away from taking first
okay,
place.
read me the Pacific Division top 3.
Oops.
Like, these are scary, these 2 that I'm going to say.
L.A., Vegas, Vancouver.
That is scary as hell. Now read me the top 3 in the Metropolitan Division.
Pittsburgh, New Jersey, Columbus. That's not that scary. Well, besides the fact that Washington dropped off the map.
That's pretty scary. That
The only
New
thing
Jersey
scary about
is
that, and then
there.
Islanders are in 4th, so I'd say that's probably New Jersey and Islanders are probably the only shocker
But like
up in
if
there.
you're going playoffs right now, the only two teams that are threats at all in the Eastern Conference is Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay. The rest of them can all beat each other and no problem.
Yeah, Ottawa's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Okay,
That
so
was
then
pretty-
Nick, you want to answer that question now?
Ottawa has one loss in
What am I
regulation,
answering?
and it just came.
What's the question?
Who's more impressive, Ottawa at 5-1-5 or Vancouver at 6-3-1?
I can answer that right now.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say Vancouver because no one expected them to be up in that ranking
I was gonna say
and
the same
have
thing
those
too.
stats.
Okay,
Because
but-
Ottawa, like
Ottawa's
after last year,
expected.
Go.
after last year in the playoffs,
Yeah.
you see Ottawa. You know they can do well. The team is basically the same structure. They lost a couple defensive pieces, but other than that, they're basically the same team.
With one regulation loss, so that's what's impressive.
Well, yeah, and it just came recently, like
Yeah.
this week.
To the Leafs, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, but and when you look at it like this, impressive in the sense like who's going to maintain this? Vancouver's not.
I don't see
Pause.
them.
Ottawa will.
Ottawa's gonna maintain it.
Pause it.
No, it's okay.
No, I'm saying them.
What's up, buddy?
But yeah, Vancouver's not going to maintain that.
That's what I'm saying. But it's impressive to see them up there now.
Why do you think Vegas is gonna make it?
No, I don't even believe that.
So what's more impressive, Vegas or Vancouver
Okay,
playing?
so hold on, wait.
Vegas.
Okay, so what did you say? Say it again.
So what is more shocking to you, Vegas doing well or Vancouver doing well, or Jersey doing
Vegas
well?
is more shocking, but both of those teams are not going to maintain that. When the powerhouses in the West start clicking together more, those Vancouver's done.
Sorry, didn't we say coming out of the gate that Washington was gonna be in first place again? Look, they just dropped off.
Okay, but it's the beginning of the year, and Washington is a team that you can just trust is going to do well. Who's on Vancouver? Brock Besser? Shit, you're
Yeah,
gonna
but
win a
Washington
Stanley
also
Cup.
dropped off because Carolina's been rolling, Philly's been rolling, Islanders, I don't even know what's going on there. Columbus, you expected them to be up in the top.
Minnesota,
New Jersey,
yeah.
no one expected, and then you got Pittsburgh, who you expected. So out of those three teams that we just named, the three of them that are at two of them at the top are not even expected.
The only two teams in the Eastern Conference that are going to make any impact going towards the Stanley Cup is Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay in that situation. If we went to playoffs right now, there was like almost a guarantee that one of those teams is going to the finals and not any of those other teams.
Yeah.
In the West, it's kind of a toss-up. Any one of those teams in the West could go to the finals right now, and that's it, with the situation that the West is in. The West is horrible. Chicago's like not even a factor right now.
Well, the Central is tight. That's the only thing I'm going to say. The Central is tight.
But like Chicago is human now. They are no longer like an invincible.
They're tied
team.
in second.
Yeah, but they're not. They've proven that they can look at the record. It's not great. What is it? 5-3 and
5-4-2.
Yeah, it's not good.
So who do you guys?
Yeah,
more,
well, you want to know what's not good? Edmonton at 3-5-1.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask you,
That
who do you
was
guys most disappointed?
Yeah, that was the other
Edmonton.
question. No,
Edmonton.
okay, wait. There's three out of these teams that we all thought were going to be good: Buffalo, New York Rangers, Edmonton, and Montreal. Who's
I
the
never
most
said New York.
disappointing?
And I never
I'm
said
saying it.
Montreal.
Okay, so out of those four teams that are at the bottom of the NHL, which one is more disappointing?
So Buffalo, Montreal, New York, and who?
Edmonton.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and say I'm disappointed in Minnesota.
Yeah, but Minnesota's not a bottom feeder right now.
Yeah, they are. They're in last.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
In the goal to click
Central.
overall,
Forget overall. I'm
That's
talking
what
about
matters.
divisions. No, it's not, because then at the wild card position it matters.
yeah, the overall matters in the wild card position too. The last
Yeah,
place
but the way you break it
Okay,
down, I'm just saying,
who made
whatever.
the playoffs last year? Montreal, New York Rangers, Edmonton, all at the bottom. And Buffalo was a team supposed to come out of it, and they're not.
Yeah, Buffalo's been in the
Bottom, but
bottom of the standings for a
but they-
while
okay,
now,
So then we
and they're
minus-
consistently getting players to try and get better, but they're just
okay,
not
so
clicking.
if we erase Buffalo
So
from the
at
equation,
this point, would you say that Buffalo is disappointing?
I think
I just expect it now because they haven't
no, but
done
I
well.
didn't expect that because they should be good.
I expected
So
Buffalo to be a lot better.
That's
I
why to
expected
me,
Buffalo.
Edmonton's surprising because they've done so well last year and they didn't really make any changes.
Yeah, and I agree with that, but I think Montreal is the most surprising because they came in with these high hopes and everyone's saying that they were going to be good, and they are awful.
Okay, honestly-
Edmonton is not awful. Montreal is awful.
When we did our draft and we did our pool picks and everything, I stayed away from Montreal.
Yeah, so did I.
Like hell, stay
would
the
not
hell
touch
away
Montreal
from
at all.
Montreal. And then they're talking about Carey Price and comparing to the Patrick Waugh situation. I think they were booing him or something, or giving him a shout out in at home or something. And it's not his fault. The team is garbage. They're not scoring goals. They're not doing anything. They're not helping him out at
They
all.
are trash.
And like they're talking about his play. Is it that good? Realistically, he can only do so much.
Yeah, and
like these guys are banging in like one-timers with the defenseman covering nobody.
You can't complain about Carey Price because everyone knows, even on a bad year, he's the best goalie in the world. And if he's not the best, he's top 3. So you're not like losing nothing there. It's the team is so bad. Like there's 2 teams this year that you say, wow, these teams are the bottom feeders maybe for the whole year. It's Arizona and Montreal. Like if you watch a game by them, it's like watching Arizona is like watching a junior B team. They suck. Like it was embarrassing when I watched the home opener for Las Vegas. Las Vegas dismantled them. It was like 4-0 at the end of the first period. They scored 2 goals in the first like 3 minutes. And Ranta got pulled or whatever. It's like, I don't know, man. And he's gone. 880 save percentage is bad. That's like guaranteed 4 goals a game.
Do you think Montreal can pick it up?
No.
I agree.
I don't. Okay, so but like, what do you feel on that?
Okay, like there's a lot of talk about the coach. There's a lot of talk about the goalie, but there's not like and they're scoring. But there's nothing implemented or no ideas, nothing that they're doing to improve it. You're just pointing the finger. How is that going to make the team better? Mm-hmm. Like the goalie, Carey Price, he's signed. He's your goalie. Very few teams are going to be able to trade for him or even take into that contract. So I don't know what your plans are there. Your coach, you want a French-speaking coach. Congratulations, you got one. Suck it up.
And he's a really, really good coach too.
Yeah, like I'm not denying that, but
It
at the same time,
surprising.
like realistically, what are you going to do?
I want to hear what he has to say about Montreal. Like, not you're being mad at Montreal because you're a Leaf fan. Like, what's your real, like, how do you, like, are they going to recover?
Well, I'm being objective here.
What's a move?
I honestly think that if the players can get behind the coach, because he is a really good coach, Claude Julien was very successful with Boston, and I think that if the players can get behind him, stick to his system, they can come out of this. It's just gonna have to. It's gonna take a little time, but I'm kind of surprised at the fact that Carl Osner and a lot of the players up front are just not clicking. They're just not clicking.
Yeah.
Like I don't think these players that they have,
all these guys
offensively, are good enough for their system.
I agree.
And that's why they're failing.
And they're at a shortage of good centers on that team. Okay. So what is the plan? And this goes on Julien like a lot. I think this might be his fault. So your main 2 centers on that team is Plekanec and Galchenyuk. So what does he do? He takes Galchenyuk and puts him on the wing and brings up the 3rd line guy to play second. Now you have no other centers for your team.
Yeah,
like
It's
that's,
the worst thing that you could do is make a trade.
I didn't think their team was good enough last year. So I'm going to just say this year, they're worse.
yeah, and I don't believe they
Overall.
have the assets to make a trade. The only way you're making a trade is by giving up Shea Weber, Galchenyuk, or
Gallagher,
like someone that they need actually on that
Drouin,
team.
Pacioretty.
Is Markov still available?
Yeah, he's playing in Russia.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're stuck. And the only way they're going to be able to fix it is internally.
They're just going to have to play out of it. They're going to have to literally play out of it.
Yeah. The worst thing you can do is make a trade.
They end up finishing in last place. Draft high, get a good pick, and build your team up again. Someone I'd look to move right away probably be Plekanec. Even though he's a Montreal guy from day one. But
I think the reason you don't trade Plekanec is because you need centers so badly.
yeah, but if you can trade him, maybe like a young player on your farm team, plus somebody else and pick up a better center. Or like, can you sign Tavares? Can you know what I mean? Like shit like that.
They're gonna try and pull something like that for sure. They're not. They might tank. You never know, right?
Or Duchesne, could he be an answer?
Yeah,
could
but
they offer what they-
Montreal, I don't think has what it takes. You're gonna have to give up Galchenyuk and probably something else to get Duchesne.
At the end of the day, if somebody wants to go after Duchesne, the asking price is a lot. So they would have to give up a lot to get Duchesne.
Yeah, but this is the thing. They don't have a lot, so maybe they can give up a
Exactly.
lot of little pieces to equal what Colorado wants. Like, will that make Colorado better? Yeah, probably. It'll fill up a lot of holes. Will it make Montreal better? Just a little bit.
Or you package Van Riemsdyk and Bozak and you get Duchesne and like some
Oh
defense.
God, no! You don't want to bring. You don't need to bring Duchesne.
You
to
shut your
Toronto.
mouth.
Why do you need to bring Duchesne to Toronto? Why?
Because you'd have like one of the best third line centers.
Yeah,
in
I
the
want to
NHL.
get real
Oh
sexy.
man, you don't need Duchesne. Just stick with what you have. You're gonna bring in a big contract for what? Nothing.
Here's a question.
Got a bunch of prospects up on the line.
got a question, guy.
Off-topic guy. Is Stamkos back? Healthy back Stamkos.
Kind of.
Is
course.
it happening? All season, healthy,
No.
80.
50-50. Production-wise is back, but it's mostly because of Kucherov, and I'm not taking away from him, but he has like 18 assists.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. This is the thing, too, right? Like, the players that are that good, they can fit into a role. Like, if Kucherov somehow ends up on a different line or gets injured, hopefully he doesn't, and then you have Stamkos. Stamkos is now going to be your wheelhouse goal scorer. But right now, he doesn't need to do that. All he needs to do is dish the puck to Kucherov.
Yeah, but I don't know if
bury
they're
it.
dishy-dashy passes. I think he's getting a lot of like second
They are
assists as
dishy-dashy
well.
one-timer bangers.
Not every single one.
Oh,
But I'm just
majority.
saying, and
cares?
he's
He's still getting the point
he
production.
is, mark my words, going to suffer at least like a 5 to 7 game injury at some point of this season.
I hope not. I hope he's back, man.
I hope not, because this guy's.
I don't
gone
want
through
him
a
to,
lot,
but
man.
he's proven every single year of his career basically he's got injured except for one.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. I mean, for a long time, Phil Kessel used to get injured all the time, and then all of a sudden, he
Yeah,
started
but when you're
well,
playing
and
third line, you don't get any minutes. You can't get injured.
I guess those hot
He spent
dogs
most of
did well
your
for him.
exactly. He spent most of his time now doing social media.
I
That's
don't know.
his
I
new
think
thing.
his boy.
And
Who's
he
that-
could ball. Do you
Who's
see
his
that he
voice?
could ball?
Yeah, he didn't ball. Who's
Reeves,
his voice?
Brian Reeves.
Brian Reeves. I think he's gonna give Kessel a heart attack. I saw some Halloween
Yeah.
stuff today on
I
Instagram.
saw that too.
Okay, but wait, your
That's
boy
funny.
he just got.
Stamkos is a natural goal scorer. I
Yeah.
think maybe he's a little bit out of his element.
But okay,
He's
But
not. He's buying into the role.
Is-
He's buying
he
into the
doesn't
role,
need to
but
do that.
I'm just saying, but maybe
on the same thing,
like
is
all-time-
Kessel a natural goal scorer? Like, does he fit in that Stamkos role? If all his job is to do is score goals.
Yeah, I think so.
He just got 300 goals. 30
I think
goals.
so. Yeah.
Does he pass 500 by the time he retires? He's 30 years old.
he's got a shot. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, that's tough.
If he
How
stays
old
on
is he?
Pittsburgh.
30.
He would have to have like 6 more 30 goal seasons, basically, plus 30 plus.
he stays on the same team with Malkin and Stamkos.
It's
Stamkos,
possible.
Malkin and
Well,
Crosby.
look,
for sure.
Marlowe's still put up like 25 goals until 38, right?
Okay, but Marlowe's an Iron Man. Marlowe.
You just finished telling me Kessel's an Iron Man now.
Always, like he's always healthy.
Okay, so who's more of a lock for the Hall of Fame? Joe McGinley or Thornton? Who gets it first?
Thornton
Explain to me why.
is better.
Okay, let's go.
I'm gonna say Thornton as well.
I'm gonna say Yager.
Yeah. Well, you didn't mention Yager.
Oh
He
yeah,
wasn't
but
an
I
option.
wanted to win. So Joe, of course, Joe Thornton. He's a lock.
If you
And it was
ask,
Listen.
who's a lock, Yager or Thornton, who would you prefer? I
Yager
would say
because
Yager.
but you have to. It's like a given.
Because he's an all-time leader.
But the thing, okay, this is the thing. That was a question that came up that I've been hearing. I read it on the Score and I heard it on the radio. Like, I don't even understand how it's a question. Is Thornton a lock? Of course he's a lock.
Of course.
Well, if, like they pretty much induct anybody almost like after a certain
No,
period
it's
of
not
time.
the NBA where you
Well,
get
true,
inducted
yeah,
because
but-
you had one good season in your career.
Yeah, I guess.
The NBA Hall of Fame is literally a joke. Okay, so Nick, you had a question.
Yeah. What do you guys think of three versus three?
I love it.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing,
Love it.
especially in the video game.
Would you implement that in playoff hockey?
No. No.
You don't want to give playoffs up to chance. That's what 3-on-3 is. It's just a fun game
It's
of
like
chance.
it's a fun game of chance, and it's a quick ending to not drag on a season, like drag on a game, like till the middle of the night. People who have to play back to backs. It's a quick answer, and then you have the shootout right after. It's a short period of time of 3-on-3, and more than likely they score on 3-on-3s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, because it's so entertaining and it's actually doing very well for the regular season. Why
No.
wouldn't you
No.
play-
I
something like
want
that
playoff
for
hockey.
playoff hockey.
I want it to be hockey.
I want 30 periods of people who can't skate anymore and are bleeding from their face. That's what I want playoff hockey.
I think they should keep the playoffs the same. They all have a day gap between games, stuff like that.
I
So
want
the
guys
rest-
with broken feet going out there and skating.
But like, if you were like the commissioner of the NHL, you probably would consider it just for the fact that you have these TV deals, and you have a game going on for like another 2 hours.
But that's the excitement
gonna
about it.
kill.
But
That's
being
the
a Leaf fan,
drive.
would you rather watch entertainment and lose?
As a fan, I
Or
can
watch-
understand where you guys are coming from. But if you were like a
But that's what I mean.
If
part
I
of
was,
management.
I would want it to continue.
That's something
I
that
would
they would
want it
have
to
to go through a
continue.
vote, and the GMs would not accept that. the GMs would definitely not vote yes.
Oh,
for
don't
that.
forget, a lot of GMs were against shootouts.
But the GMs don't profit as much as the NHL does from that situation. That's just the NHL trying to sell on TV.
If I was Bettman, I would literally want the playoffs to be the way it is. 5-on-5 overtime.
Yeah, and just
let
let
the
it run.
games go. These guys need to play to win. It's not like an easy chance to turnover on a 3-on-3 breakaway goal. Or like if you look at the 3-on-3, it's basically whoever doesn't cover their one man, they score.
Well, let's be realistic. Last year's playoffs was amazing.
That's what I'm saying.
That was like one
And
of
a
the
lot of
best.
the games went to OT.
Yeah.
Every series was like Game 7.
Yeah.
Kind of like Campbell's not covering his guy during NHL 18.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know, I don't
exactly.
play defense. What are you, crazy? All right, we're going to do some questions. We're going to do some questions.
Canada Dangles, JVR and Bozak are both UFAs at the end of the season. Do you see any of them as trade bait for a top 4 D-man?
Yeah, JVR.
All right, and if so, what teams could you see the Leafs swing a deal with?
Carolina or Arizona.
I don't know. Anything can happen with the trade bait, right? It all depends. Who's willing to bargain with you? Who's willing to make the
I
deal?
think Arizona will be more willing to take the money as like a salary and just hold it because they're not going to go in. They're not making the playoffs unless they win like 30 games in a row right now.
Do you think he'll last for $6 million a year next year? Because this is what Canada Dangles thinks.
Said what?
Canada Dangles thinks that JVR is going to ask for $6 million.
Oh,
They're not going to sign him.
JVR is going to ask for 7.5.
They're not going to sign him.
That's all. That's pretty steep.
That's what
They're
that's
not
what the
gonna sign
market
him.
right now for
It
those
is.
goal scoring wingers is like
It
7
was the same
million.
thing for Nylander. That's what he's projected as well.
Nylander's going to end up getting like 9 or 8.
But I would do whatever it takes to get Nylander and dump JVR.
Yeah.
416 thinks that his IQ, hockey IQ, just went up 10%. So,
Well, that's a good thing.
What's it at now? 75?
who knows? Who will be the next Leafs caption? Captain.
It's going to be Matthews. I think they're holding off to get us
Last
out.
question.
It should be Patrick Marleau right now.
Nicholas Santos.
Ooh, what a boy.
it's-
Nico.
We
It's
don't
about
speak
time,
his
man.
name. You're just going to say it out loud like that?
Yeah, give him a shout out.
No shout-outs.
Yeah.
No
It's the
shutouts?
first time this
Patrick
guy's watched
Marleau
the video
should
or
be.
commented.
Patrick Marleau should be.
Okay, right now, would you?
Hold on.
Huh? Saucy. Schmatthews. All day. All day.
Nick, what do you think? Who do you think is going to be the first captain or the newest captain?
Comment on the next video, Nick.
Matthews.
Tell us who you
no,
think. huh?
Matthews.
Hold on.
Matthews.
Hold on. Why Austin Matthews?
What do you mean, why?
Why?
Austin
Tell me
Matthews?
why Austin Matthews should be the captain.
Because he is
He's
going to be the
face
leader of this
The
team.
Leafs
Okay,
team.
so that means
For
so
years-
what I should do is I should give the guy who scores goals but doesn't do anything, talks like a little baby, doesn't even talk loudly. I should just give him a C
He
because
represents
he's the best.
himself pretty good against with the media.
Oh, it's
He,
like,
he compliments other players. He
so
talks well.
it's
of
like
his
voting for
teammates.
president. We
Like
should
what?
just pick someone who's useless.
Okay, this is the thing. He's not McDavid. They're not going to put the C on him in his first year in the NHL. That's
Yeah,
our
it's not like
coaching
they're gonna
staff
do it
is
this
smart.
year.
Our
But
GM
I'm
is
saying,
smart. They're going to put it on
You're
him when he
not-
deserves
Why
it.
wouldn't you give Patrick Marleau the C this year already?
Because Patrick Marleau hasn't even played 20 games for the Leafs.
Who cares what
I'm not
team
going
he
to throw a
plays
C
for?
on
He's a
anybody.
legendary player.
Like, look what they did with Dion
He's
Phaneuf.
not going to be the face
Dion
of the
Phaneuf
Leafs
is not a
team.
legend.
But look what they did. He came to the team. Oh, he was a
It's
captain
not
in
about being
Calgary.
the captain.
He's
Is
the
not
captain
the
of
face
the
of the
Leafs.
team.
Yes,
I-
it is.
Who
No,
said
it's
that?
not.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying
it
that.
is.
Oh, he is.
So you just give the captain to whichever player is the best player on the team is your thing.
I'm not saying that. I
No.
said give it to the player that's the face of the team. He's going to be the face
I don't
of the
think
team
that
for
either.
years.
Like
for
Jack
years
Eichel.
to
Should
come.
Jack Eichel be the captain in
No.
Boston? No.
Is he?
Is he?
No.
I'm saying as an example.
No.
Like as an example.
No.
I agree with John. Matthews should not be captain. He doesn't show any leadership roles at all. And
Yeah.
there's no way he should
Right
be
now, he's
If
2 years.
know.
I'd
He's
rather
still
have
young.
Kadri.
Second season.
Give
Question,
Kadri the
I
C
have a
then.
question. Why doesn't he have an assistant on the captain on his dream?
Because it's his second year in the
Other
NHL.
people, Morgan Riley's assistant, isn't he?
Yeah, how
Yeah,
long has
so
Morgan
how long
Riley
has he
been on the
been on the
Leafs
team?
in the
It's not
NHL?
about tenureship. You give the captain
Okay,
to the
so
leader.
for the longest time they were thinking about giving Morgan Riley the seat. How come they didn't give it to him?
Because he doesn't deserve it, in my opinion.
Okay, but like he has the A.
Because he deserves an assistant captain.
What's the difference? He's still a leader, is he
He's
not?
still the person that would like show leadership. Matthews doesn't, man.
Yeah, he does.
No, I
He's
disagree
so
with that.
soft-spoken.
He
Yeah,
represents
he does.
himself well. He speaks very fondly of other players.
Yes, but he's so
I mean, like, come
soft-spoken.
on.
Okay, you ready for your locker room speech?
He's a fan in the
Guys,
locker room, man.
guys,
Like
we're
everybody
gonna
gets
have-
along
We're
with
gonna
him.
get Phil Kessel some hot dogs, and like it's gonna be a great game, guys. That's your Matthews speech in the
I
locker
don't
room.
agree with Marlowe either, but I don't know if he would.
Marlowe was the captain of San Jose, and they stripped him of the C to give it to Thornton, and then they stripped him of the C to give it to Pavelski.
I made $100 bet with someone that Matthews is not going to be the captain. So
I'm not saying he shouldn't
I'll
eventually.
take that bet on.
I already made it once with someone else.
Do it again.
No,
Matthews is
no,
going to
no.
be the captain.
He's going to eventually be the
I don't know if
captain.
it's going to happen next year, but the year after that,
He's not ready
gonna
for it.
He's going to be the captain.
But he will be.
Listen, if
he
you're
will
gonna
be
drop
ready
an
for it. He
8-year
will be the
deal on
leader.
Matthews at like year 5 of being on the Leafs, Matthews gets a C.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he will be the
But
captain.
right now, you're telling me Patrick Marlowe does not deserve a C on his jersey.
No.
They are
Nobody
all,
does. I
don't think
all
that's so-
the,
listen,
all the
John,
players on the
John,
team talk
John.
about is how he has so much leadership.
John, or should I say Campbell?
Because
Sorry,
of his experience.
Campbell's.
Because of his tendership in
You-
the NHL.
I don't think he wants to see.
I'm not saying he wants it, but I'm saying if you're not going to give it to him, the better candidates are Kadri
Yes.
or someone who's talkative, who has that attitude that's going to go in there like Subban and just fucking.
Tell you, when you do something wrong, you're doing something right. Like, I don't think Matthews has what it takes to be a captain.
Not yet.
Is a
Not
captain
yet. He's still being
He's a
developed,
friggin'
but he's
rookie,
going
man.
to be
He's
the
a
captain of the
sophomore
team.
He's going to be the next captain of the Leafs.
And
Yeah,
I'm
and
not-
I said
Not
Matthews.
is eventually going to be the captain.
I say Matthews. He's the next captain
it's
of the
the same-
Leafs.
It's one and the
He's not
same.
gonna have
Matthews
a
is going to be the next
captain
captain of the
until
Hey,
Leafs.
you want me to tell you what's going to happen?
Unless
I
they
honestly-
bring in,
I honestly think
unless
that
they bring
position's
in
gonna be
somebody
vacant.
who, like
No.
Drew Doughty, they bring him to Toronto, he'll get a C.
No, but that's a guy that you're not going to strip him of the C to give it to Matthews ever. He's going to stay the captain.
Yeah.
What he said is what's going to happen. They're going to just be the only team ever to have no captain for 10 straight years,
No,
and then
no,
Matthews
no,
is going to get
He's
it.
still being developed. In the next few years, Matthews is going to be the captain of this
Yes,
team.
I just said that,
So-
but until then, they're going to have no captain. I guarantee
Exactly.
it.
Yeah,
Which
but the
is
question
stupid.
was,
you don't have anybody
who-
on your
the
team.
question
So what?
was-
It's not like it's not like it hasn't
why
happened
did
Read the
before.
question. Read the question.
Who's the
before
next
I say
captain?
story.
Who's the next? Who will be the next Leafs captain?
So if they have no captain for 10
Matthews.
years, and they give the C to Matthews, like you just said, so
Yeah.
Matthews.
Yeah,
Okay.
but in that time, they'll pick up an older guy and he'll get captain.
No, they won't. They
Okay,
won't.
sorry.
They
Okay,
won't.
it's plainly put. Campos, who is the next Leafs captain?
He said Marlowe.
Mitch Marner.
Buddy Nylander, even over Matthews.
What?
Like,
Who's the next Leafs captain?
I say Matthews.
Yeah, okay, this is not the
That's
argument.
it. That's
it's
the
not
argument.
debate.
That's the
I'm answering
question.
the question. I get it, the answer to the question, but we were going on a different tangent of argument of who deserves the C.
Well,
and
that's
not
great,
Matthews.
man. You know, you
Right
express
now,
your
no, I
opinions,
agree
I
with
mean,
you.
come
Right
on.
now, no. That's why there is no captain.
Frederick Anderson deserves the C.
No.
Roberto Luongo style.
Matt Merchant.
You get out.
Zachy Hyman.
I'm going to give Zach Hyman the C just because you're here.
Do I read this question or what?
who's it by?
Is Kevin Costa?
Yeah.
Why is Kevin Hughes picked so bad?
Yeah, he actually
Okay.
wants to know.
Why? Okay, I'll tell you
I
why.
don't even know the picks.
Because you have
he
Torrey
has some
Krug.
picks, so you guys can look at his picks and you guys
Sure.
can just,
Alright.
like, you know.
I'm looking at him right now, and I'll tell you right now, JVR,
Go live.
Kadri, and Bozak in those boxes, there was way better options.
Your problem is your bottom 5 is literally like probably the worst bottom 5 right now.
Yeah. I don't know what boxes you guys are in. Like Joe Pavelski, I probably wouldn't have picked him.
It says it on the side. If you scroll to the side, it says the box.
I wouldn't have took Joe. You picked a lot of guys in the middle too that were like the lowest guys in the box right now. That's your problem.
Michael Granlund, I wouldn't have picked him. Tuukka Rask, I didn't think Boston was going to have a good year.
Yeah, you went heavy on Boston. You have Marchand.
No, you went heavy on Leafs too. Like he has 3 Leafs
That's
that
your
are all
biggest
like
problem, Kate.
their second, third
When
liners.
Boston / the Leafs are not playing, you lose out on like 12-man games a night.
Well, I know Raleigh's a good pick. I'll give you that much. Who the hell's the 4th pick? He's doing well.
He's doing well. He's in 18th place.
The one from Philly? 4th?
Oh, Gothisfair. Yeah, I know. I picked him last year and he
Sorry.
stunk it up, so I stayed away from him this year.
All right, well, we're just going to sit here and read a website for a bit.
Yeah. I don't know.
Kevin Q, your picks suck.
I would have stayed away from those
yeah.
3 Leaf players in those boxes. There was better choices, in my opinion.
Do you guys have anything to say about the guy in first place in our hockey pool?
No, he does not have a name.
Doesn't he deserve a little shout out?
Honestly, for being in last place all
No.
the time, congratulations.
Congratulations
Enjoy it while
for
it
being
lasts.
like a bucket at the top of the mountain.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
I'm gonna shout out to the guys in second.
Why don't you give them let them know about our other pool while Nick reads the next
You're not.
question.
You're not.
What?
You're in third.
The big one?
Yeah, the big one. Nick, what's the next question you got there?
That's
Matt,
the
look
one.
up the other one.
You're in third.
Did I get totally
Go to the other pool.
Is there any other questions, Nick?
That's
There's one more. Wasn't there Nick's question?
We'll update our pool. Our pool.
Which one? 3 versus 3?
Well, it's the very last question on the thing.
that's
now.
it.
That was the last one.
That's all I saw.
I swear there's another one.
That's all I saw.
All right,
bro.
so we're good then.
Let's do our pool update.
All right, well, Anthony will give you a little pool update here, a little Barg school, and yeah.
I haven't checked this since last
Yeah,
week.
I don't even know. I haven't seen it at all. I'll bring up the other one since I'm already there.
Oh God.
Yeah, I
darn
know.
it.
So
I am in third.
wow. So first place Campo, second place Caps, third place Bargo, fourth place Drew. So not bad. Big
Wait, what
change
place
there.
am I?
First.
Well, say it. All right, our auto draft pool here. You got my producer Drew in first place.
Wow.
Campo's crew in second place.
I drafted that team.
Bargo's grand team in third place, and Cap's genius team in fourth place.
Hey man.
I really
pick any
like
of those
took,
players.
I literally came from last place and went on a tear. Good thing I didn't pick one of those players.
7 minutes to the Leaf game, boys.
All right, let's go watch the Leafs.
All right.
Shout out to the chili last week. That was awesome.
All right,
Chili,
guys.
that chili was awesome, man.
Sponsored
Do it
by,
live.
Sponsored by Chili, the food. It's in you.
It's in you. All right, guys. This concludes this episode of 5 for Talking. Don't forget, throw up some likes, leave a comment, share, and
Subscribe. Do it live.